Hello, I am the Dapper Man, and this is going to be my review for the 2020 film The Rhythm Section, which is directed by Reed Morano, and it stars Blake Lively, Sterling K. Brown. If you know who Sterling K. Brown is, you know how much I enjoyed the film Waves. He was in that movie. He's in this movie too, so I was really excited to see this actor in this movie more than the others. And it also has Jude Law, which the last thing he did was Captain Marvel. And what has he done since Captain Marvel? I couldn't tell you. Based on a novel which was written by Mark Bruno. He has 4 books in the series, and the first book is under the same title as this movie, The Rhythm Section. And I don't know anything about the author. I don't know anything about the novel. All I know is what I can tell you about this movie. Yes, I can tell you about this movie. I'm going to keep this happy face on because it's so exciting to see. Stephanie Patrick is a complete wreck. She is a prostitute. She's a druggie. She is a junkie. Her parents died in a plane crash. It was basically a cover up. She goes and finds this ex-CIA agent who is played by Jude Law. And yeah, can't you see the smile on my face? Are you not creeped out? Oh. This movie was one of the most boring movies I've seen this month. It's like we are just. I know January is the dump month, but my goodness alive. It's like they don't even try. They give you the most boring way of presenting the story. I'm pretty sure this movie would have done so much better if it was a different director or if this director had a certain style. She had no style when she made this film. I looked into her filmography and I just looked at never saw that, never saw that, never saw that, never saw that. And this is with her 8th film. I think she's maybe still trying to figure out what to place this movie as. Maybe there was some creative differences that was put on set, but it's so incoherent. It made no sense. It went from being so long and drawn out for the first hour, and then the last 40 minutes, 47 minutes, it gets a little action, then it goes right back to being its artistic style of being an independent film. I knocked it off twice, and almost a third time, I was like, I can do this. I can do this. There was sometimes I just kept looking at the exit sign right at the door, and I was like, you know what? That isn't looking too bad right now, because it was so boring, and it went on to this music, which was um, executive producer Hans Zimmer, one of the greatest music composers in films right now, and they just abused and they just misused it. He had great music to it, and then they just throw in this pop music, and then they threw it back, then they threw it again, then they hit the shuffle button, then they played it back, and I was like, what are you doing? Stop! It went to frantic action, just shaking the camera around whenever the action scene is like, okay, this is reminding a bit like Jason Bourne. Nikita, La Femme Nikita, which is a great French spy movie, by the way, was put into this film and just thrown all the way around. You just don't care. I didn't care. It was bad. It wasn't even thought well out of a film. And yeah, that's basically it. And it felt like, hey, if you enjoy this, you want a sequel. I didn't enjoy it. Not for one iota of a second did I watch this. Okay, maybe the first 10 minutes because I was interested. But other than that, I just didn't care. After the first 10 minutes, I was like, okay, this film is really dragging and taking its time. And when it does show you something, it shows you these characters that makes the dumbest decisions you would ever think of. It's just mind-blowing to see how these people make decisions. It just felt like it was a waste of talent. I had restless leg syndrome just developing watching this movie. I just kept going from one side of the chair, then the other side, and just going like this, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is so boring, I can't take it. So yeah. And there was one other person inside the theater, and he was way at the very top, in the very corner. I was not really wanting to talk to people when they're by themselves, but I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll ask this guy what he thought. I asked him, and I said, hey, what'd you think of this movie? Because I was completely bored. He's like, wasn't that bad? things like that could happen in other countries. Are you serious? I'm not going to hand a gun to somebody and say, I've only met you for 2 days, I don't trust you, and I can always get another gun. What? What? Are you are you serious? I don't know you, I don't trust you, but here's a gun. I hope you don't shoot me and kill me, but I can always get another gun. Don't watch this movie. Do yourself a bit of a favor and don't watch the movie. If you want to know why it's rated R, here it is, and it's shockingly because it doesn't feel like it should be an R-rated movie. It should have been more of a PG-13. They just upped the F words just to give it an R rating. That is my review for the rhythm section. I am sorry you had to see me like that, but that was a horrible mess of a film. It's very bad. It was very bland. It was incoherent. Horrible waste of talent. Oh my gosh, I just realized who else was the producer of this. Guess. Just guess. You haven't looked it up? Okay. Barbara Broccoli. Barbara Broccoli, the producer of James Bond films, produced this one. I don't know what everyone was thinking. Bad movie. Horrible rubbish of a film. That is my review. I am the Dapper Man, and I hope each and every single one of you have a lovely day. Skip this movie. Don't bother seeing it. Spend your time watching something else. I am right now about to go see Birds of Prey, so let's hope DC does it right. Take care. Cheers.